0 casualties, mission accomplished. The Luftwaffe files reports, British reconnaissance aircraft, type unknown, evading interception, faster than our fighters. Intelligence officers in Berlin review the data. They don't believe it. The missions continue. October, November, December. Mosquitoes fly deeper into German territory, over Hamburg, over Bremen, over the Ruhr Industrial Valley. The Luftwaffe tries everything. They position fighters at higher altitudes. They set up ambushes along known flight paths. They scramble their fastest aircraft. Nothing works. The mosquitoes are too fast, too high, too maneuverable. By early 1942, the mosquito's reputation is spreading. RAF pilots are requesting transfers to Mosquito squadrons. The aircraft's safety record is extraordinary. Reconnaissance mosquitoes are suffering loss rates of less than 1%. For comparison, heavy bombers like the Lancaster and Halifax are losing 5 to 7% of aircraft per mission. But reconnaissance is just the beginning. The question everyone is asking, can the Mosquito carry bombs? March 1942. De Havilland's engineers modify the design. They add a bomb bay capable of carrying 2,000 pounds of high explosive. They test the bomber variant. It works. The additional weight barely affects performance. The Air Ministry approves the Mosquito for bombing operations. The first bomber mission launches on May 31, 1942. The target, Cologne, Germany. A precision strike on a German headquarters building. 4 Mosquitoes, broad daylight, no fighter escort. The Mosquitoes cross into German airspace at 25,000 feet. German radar tracks them. Fighters scramble. Anti-aircraft batteries prepare. The Mosquitoes don't slow down. They maintain 380 miles per hour, racing toward Cologne faster than the Luftwaffe's defensive network can react. Over the target, the lead Mosquito's bombardier lines up the headquarters building in his bomb sight. The pilot holds steady. Flak bursts around them, black puffs of smoke and shrapnel. The bombardier waits, calculates, then bombs away. 4,000 pounds of high explosive drop from 4 Mosquitoes. The bombs fall. Impact. The headquarters building erupts in flames. Secondary explosions rip through adjacent structures. The Mosquitoes don't wait to assess damage. They're already turning, diving, accelerating back toward England. German fighters arrive 30 seconds too late. They see the smoke. They see the destruction. They don't see the bombers. All 4 Mosquitoes return to base. 0 losses. The Luftwaffe command is furious and baffled. How are the British doing this? How is a wooden aircraft, penetrating German airspace in broad daylight, bombing strategic targets and escaping without losses? German intelligence interrogates captured RAF aircrew. They examine wreckage from downed British bombers. They analyze every scrap of information. And when they finally piece together what the Mosquito actually is, when they learn it's made of plywood and balsa wood, the reaction in Berlin is shock mixed with humiliation. The British are building furniture that bombs the Reich. If you find this kind of forgotten ingenuity as fascinating as we do, we'd be honored if you'd hit that subscribe button. We believe these stories of unconventional genius and raw courage deserve to be told. And by subscribing, you help us ensure they aren't forgotten. The Mosquito missions escalate throughout 1942 and 1943. What started as experimental reconnaissance becomes a systematic campaign of precision strikes. January 30th, 1943, morning. Hermann Göring, head of the Luftwaffe and one of Hitler's top commanders, is scheduled to give a speech in Berlin commemorating the 10th anniversary of the Nazi rise to power. It's a propaganda event. Göring will speak at 11 a.m. The speech will be broadcast across Germany. RAF intelligence knows this. They plan accordingly. 3 Mosquitoes depart England. Their orders: disrupt Göring's speech. The target window is precise. The bombs must hit Berlin exactly at 11 a.m., right as Göring begins speaking. The mosquitoes fly low over the North Sea to avoid radar detection. They climb over northern Germany, then race toward Berlin at maximum speed. At 10:58 a.m., air raid sirens wail across Berlin. Göring's staff panics. The speech hasn't started. The Reich Marshal is still preparing. They rush him off the stage into a bunker. At 11 a.m. exactly, the mosquitoes arrive over Berlin. They drop their bombs on the radio station broadcasting the speech. Explosions rip through the building. The broadcast goes dead. Göring's speech is delayed by over an hour. When it finally airs, the Reich Marshal is furious, humiliated. He delivers a rambling, angry tirade that includes, and this is documented, a bitter complaint about the mosquito. The British, Göring says, are bombing us with wooden furniture. It is an insult. But insult or not, the mosquito is unstoppable. September 1943, the mosquito begins operating as a night fighter. Equipped with radar, it hunts German bombers over Britain. Its speed advantage works both ways. It's faster than anything the Luftwaffe sends, which means it can chase down any German bomber and destroy it before the bomber can escape. Mosquito night fighters shoot down hundreds of German aircraft. The Luftwaffe's night bombing campaign, the Blitz that terrorized British cities in 1940 and 1941, collapses. German bomber crews call the mosquito the Wooden Terror. December 1943, mosquitoes begin pathfinder operations, flying ahead of heavy bomber formations, marking targets with incendiary bombs so the slower Lancasters and Halifaxes can find and hit them accurately. The mosquito's speed lets it arrive first, mark the target, and escape before German defenses react. April 1944, mosquitoes conduct precision strikes on Gestapo headquarters across occupied Europe. They hit buildings with pinpoint accuracy, destroying Nazi intelligence files, freeing resistance prisoners by bombing the prisons that hold them. These missions require flying at rooftop height, dropping bombs through specific windows. The mosquito's maneuverability makes it possible. And through all of this, through thousands of missions, tens of thousands of flight hours, the mosquito maintains the lowest loss rate of any Allied bomber, less than 1%. For every 100 mosquito sorties, fewer than one aircraft is lost. Lancaster bombers are losing 5 to 7% per mission. American B-17s are losing similar rates, but the mosquito, the wooden, unarmed bomber that everyone said was suicide, is nearly invulnerable. By 1944, the mosquito